Being the Aaliyah fan base is unpredictable. You never know what's gonna come. You never know what's gonna happen.
If it wasn't for Tony, oh.
Back to my channel. Today I have a very interesting video for y'all. And this video is gonna be about, if you see the title, the pros and cons of being an Aaliyah fan. And I know a lot of y'all like cons, cons, cons. But here's the thing. There's no cons of being a fan of Aaliyah's work, being a fan of Aaliyah as an artist, being a fan of her personality, appreciating her art. There's no cons of being a fan of her work, but they are cons being a part of the Aaliyah fan base. And I'm gonna break it down. But before I begin, I want to give a shout out to Solar Lioness Elite. She's been watching me for a while. She's been supporting me for a while. And going on to the topic, she made a video about Aaliyah's legacy. It was hilarious, but it was factual. I'm gonna leave it up here for y'all. Go watch the video, go support her channel. You know, she's been supporting me for a while, as many of you have, but been supporting me for a while. And as y'all know, I don't have no problem shouting y'all out. If y'all want me to shout y'all out, y'all do a video about Aaliyah or anything of the sort, just send me a DM, message me, and I'll be happy to do so. So don't forget, I put the link up here. Follow her channel, subscribe to her channel, support her, watch the video, and let's get into this video. So like I just did, you see how easy it is for me to support other people and to shout out other people, even though, like I said, I have over 3,000 subscribers right now. I don't have 300,000, I have 3,000. My channel is still growing, but I don't have no problem giving anybody a shout out, supporting anybody, especially in the Aaliyah community, the Aaliyah fan base, because it's like, why not, you know? But the thing is, I'm gonna get into the pros. Some of the pros of being an Aaliyah fan and being in the fan base is that you get to meet so many cool, like-minded people. Now, like I said, we only knew each other online, and y'all only know me from these videos. So like, we don't know each other personally, but it's one of the most exhilarating feelings when you finally come across somebody who you feel like you can connect to, you can relate to. And I know many people have DM'd me and told me that like my channel was like a, you know, it was like a long time coming. Like people been waiting for somebody like me to come on YouTube and talk about my love for Aaliyah and my love for music in general and other artists and different topics I talk about. And appreciative of that, because doing these Aaliyah videos, I never expected none of this. You know, I just thought, oh, I'm gonna just talk about Aaliyah, and you know, I'm gonna have it be it. Somebody watch it, somebody don't. Okay, but ever since I started doing these videos, I've really met and interacted with some pretty cool people. You know, from what we interact with, from our exchanges online and everything, I've met some cool people. And that's the thing with being an Aaliyah fan base. We all, most of us, we have that same energy, that same Aaliyah energy that we can connect with and vibe with. You know, all of us, some are more eccentric than others, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, and it's just nice interacting with people, even talking about other things, you know, other than Aaliyah. Y'all might have other interests. You know, that's a pro. That's definitely a pro in being an Aaliyah fan base. Meeting other people, meeting cool people, meeting people, sparking up friendships, online friendships. That's definitely a pro. Now, another pro of being in the Aaliyah fan base is you get to see how much other people really love Aaliyah, and we show out in numbers and support. And like I said, some of our shoulders and backs should be hurting from carrying Aaliyah's legacy for like the last 15, 16 years. Like, some of us should be walking with canes and walkers, because the way we've carried Aaliyah's legacy over the past decade and more is extreme. You know, for people that, you know, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not even going to get into it. People that are fans of Aaliyah, like me, and I know it's most of y'all that watch me, if not all of y'all. I know y'all just love it when you see the outpouring of love Aaliyah gets. Not just on her anniversary, not just on her birthday, but when certain things come up, or whether it has to do with somebody defending her, or it's like somebody say some type of comment, and a lot of people come to defend her. Or when it comes time for Aaliyah's legacy, come time for something with her brand, her imaging, like, you know what I'm saying? Aaliyah Mac collection would not have happened without us. The fans, I remember, we pushed for like 2 years. We pushed for that, and it was some points I was like, okay, this is not happening. I mean, there's so many times I feel like giving up on that, but I said no. I'm gonna keep going to Mac comments. I'm gonna keep emailing them. Aaliyah for Mac, Aaliyah for Mac, Aaliyah for Mac, and I'll never forget that morning I woke up and I got a message I got a DM that was like, oh, check Mac Instagram, and I seen that purple Aaliyah signature, and it was like Aaliyah for Mac coming soon. Thanks to the fans, I was like, wow. Aaliyah's fan base is really powerful. Of course, Rashad has his workings in it, but this was all the fans' idea. The fans coming together, the fans signing that petition, over 20,000 signatures. The fans pushing for it for over 20 years. Not over 20 years. The fans pushing for it for over 2 years. Well, I'm like, Aaliyah's fan base, a pro of being an Aaliyah fan base is that we are powerful. We can change things. We can do things. If besides the music, but in other aspects of Aaliyah's career and legacy and brand and imaging and merchandise, we have the power to be like, no, we want this, and it's going to happen. Look what happened with Mac. Look what happened with the wax figure. Here's the thing, right? I don't wear no makeup. I had no plans on reviewing the Aaliyah for Mac collection. I watched them just because to support it and get the message out there. But it was just the whole idea. It's like one day I really sat down and I said, wait, this was all the fans' idea. And after 2 years, it took 2 years, but it all came to fruition because of the fans. If it wasn't for the fans pushing this would not have happened. And I know a lot of people didn't like the collection and all that, but just think about it. Aaliyah passed in 2001. She got a whole MAC Cosmetics collection all these years later because of her fans pushing for it. Like, that might seem like it's like, oh, no. Think about it. And the way Aaliyah's legacy was in, like when Selena got hers, it was like, all right, that's simple. Her family stays on. Y'all know, her family stays on it. So I was like, oh, okay, what else they gonna do? But when Aaliyah's got announced, I was like, wow, we are powerful. If we work together, we come in numbers. Like, that's a pro. Aaliyah's fan base is powerful when we all work together, Now, getting into some of the cons of being in the Aaliyah fan base, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all gonna agree with me with this, and this is just my observations over the last years. Like, I just started my channel 2 years ago, but I've been on YouTube since 2009. So this is me, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, seeing the different fan bases all over social media, seeing how most of us represent ourselves, and just seeing everything. This is all my observations. One of the cons of being in a fan base is that it could get really toxic, but only if you let it. Being in any fan base can be toxic if you let it, but it's just like every fan base has rotten apples in it. And I'm not calling the ones who defend Aaliyah to the fullest rotten apples, because I defend Aaliyah to the fullest. Look at all these videos I be making, right? But my thing is, certain arguments and things, I feel like some Aaliyah fans, like, they go out looking for fights. And it's just a lot of unnecessary stuff. I'm like, here we go. It's just one of those things where it's like, you on the sidelines watching, you be like, okay, like, sometimes I don't give, like, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like, I get it. When I feel the need to, I'm gonna jump in there like, because there's another thing. Y'all already know how it is being an Aaliyah fan, and that's another thing. Going into another con with being an Aaliyah fan, I feel like we have to put up with so much unnecessary drama, right? Sometimes we can't be an Aaliyah fan in peace. Now, I feel like sometimes you can't even be an Aaliyah fan in peace. Like, sometimes you want to just be chilling, relaxing, scrolling through Twitter, Instagram, YouTube comments, whatever. But there's always an argument. There's always something going on. You be like, what? But like, what's going on now? right? Like, how many of y'all remember minding y'all business when all of a sudden Lifetime coming out with an Aaliyah movie, and then it just became all this drama? It's like being an Aaliyah fan was peaceful, then it's like, oh, the Lifetime movie. Then you had to not only defend Aaliyah against the movie, you had to not only defend Aaliyah from the Lifetime movie, you had to defend all these people coming out the woodworks like she was overrated anyway. Why she getting a movie? She don't deserve a movie. Oh, y'all doing all this over Aaliyah? She couldn't even sing that good. She wasn't in Brandy and Monica, Aaliyah, Beyonce. It was like, that was a crazy time. And like I said, some people could ignore it and be like, okay, they can be a Aaliyah fan in peace, ignore it. But for me, who I was always on social media, I was younger at the time too. It was just like, you constantly feel the need to defend her. It's like, why? Like, I feel like certain fan bases, they just be in peace amongst themselves, blah blah blah. But with Aaliyah, it's just like all these things come up out of nowhere, and like now you gotta defend her all the time. And oh, there's the R. Kelly situation, and then it's like, oh, the parents sold her, and then you gotta defend the parents, and oh, you gotta defend the marriage certificate. It's like, whew, okay. He's like, damn, I didn't sign up for this. I just love Aaliyah. I love her music. But then being a fan, you feel like you gotta defend her. Some people don't. It's just like, but me, I'm like, it's like sometimes I just want to scroll on Twitter in peace. But then it's like, here come this mother saying something. Now everybody got to defend. Then it's back and forth. Then it's like it's a whirlwind. It's an ongoing thing. I'm telling you, we Aaliyah fans be in peace. Then out of nowhere, here comes somebody with their unpopular opinion or something, and then it's like, oh, here come the Lifetime movie, or here come T-Pain trying to insinuate Aaliyah is overrated just because people didn't like that he used a sample of one of her unreleased songs, and now all of a sudden you want to insinuate how Aaliyah was so overrated, and oh, if she was alive today, she wouldn't even be able to keep up with Beyonce. Whatever he said, something like that. People was like, what? All of this is because T-Pain and the Airs. All of this is because you wanted to use a sample from one of her songs and people said something. It's like, T-Pain, stop. Like, stop. The auto-tune era is over. You tried, you failed, let it go. Now you want to hop on the, oh, Aaliyah's overrated train just because people didn't like you using a sample. Like, nobody want to hear Aaliyah over your auto-tune voice. No, stop. And if I was making a video back then, I would have went in on T-Pain. But, you know, T-Pain in the ears, he got enough. And we still give it to him now and then. But, yeah, that's another thing. Like, out the woodworks, some negative thing will come about Aaliyah, and it's like, damn, she died. Basically, at this point, she died 20 years ago. Like, I know we can discuss art, have your opinion, but it's like, come on. You can never be a fan in peace. When some fans start unnecessary drama, I notice, especially in the YouTube comments. Sometimes I look through the YouTube comments, it could be under Aaliyah's music videos, under one of her interviews, and it's just like, you look under the comments and there's be a whole bunch of nice comments, then it's that one or two comments like, oh, Beyonce better be lucky Aaliyah not alive. Oh, Beyonce would be working at McDonald's if Aaliyah was still alive. And then underneath you see 100 replies. I'm like, here we go. Then there's people that's defending Beyonce under the comment, but I'm like, you defended Beyonce so hard, saying all this bad stuff about Aaliyah, but this is under Aaliyah's music video. So in some essence, you do like Aaliyah because you clicked on her music video, but you see a comment about Beyonce, now you want to go in on Aaliyah and say, she was all this, all that. But I'm like, I get it, but I don't. Because it's like, you know, it's unnecessary drama, unnecessary debate. Just like, why? Like, no. All this is unnecessary. This video is about Aaliyah. Keep it about Aaliyah. Don't bring up Beyonce. Like, there's no need to bring up Beyonce. Unless it's about that video of them on a red carpet together, there's no reason. No, just leave that alone. Why? People still talk about that. I'm just like, it's so draining. It's so annoying. It's just, no. I made a whole video about that. No, several videos about that. And it's just like, it's annoying. It's tiring. Why? we have to, I feel like as a Aaliyah fan, now we have to get immune to certain things being said about her. Whether it has to be about R. Kelly or her parents or a death joke, plane crash joke. Before, that used to bother me so bad. Like, I used to be like, damn. Like, I know even if Aaliyah was your favorite singer, I'm like, how can people talk so bad about her? How can people make jokes about her death? Seeing plain jokes about Aaliyah go viral on Twitter, like thousands of people are retweeting it, laughing at it, laughing emojis. Oh, LMO, LMO, LMFO. Like thinking it was so funny that, oh, I'm dying laughing. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm going to hell for laughing at this. Ha ha. Like, it was just so funny. Just like, I feel like now as Aaliyah fans, we got to be immune to that. And in a way, doing these videos, like I said, it's therapeutic for me. So I become immune to it. But I'm like, because 5-6 years ago, I used to see somebody saying something about a plain joke or a deaf joke. I used to be in the comments like, now I'm just like, that's the best you could do. 2021, that's the best you could do. Plain joke. Oh, like, okay, come up with something new. Come up with something different than that. Like, you know, that's the type of attitude I got. But it's just like, it's crazy that we as fans have to become immune to death jokes. But, you know, that's the type of world we live in. Dark humor, right? With another con being an Aaliyah fan base, is I feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping. And when I say that, I feel like there's a lot of people in the Aaliyah fan base that like to gatekeep and be like, oh, if you're a real Aaliyah fan, you wouldn't do this. If you're a real Aaliyah fan, you wouldn't say this. And there's a lot of that. I see it all the time on Twitter, in the comment sections, in my comment sections, in many different comment sections. You know, certain posts, certain things about Aaliyah go viral. It's just like, there's a lot of gatekeeping. It's just like, you know, let people be fans the way they want to be fans. Now, there's some questionable suspect behavior I've seen where I'm like, okay, you know, that got to be addressed. But other times it's just like, you know, let people be fans in their own way. And I made a whole video about the 8 different types of Aaliyah fans. It was a kind of funny video, but it was, you know, some people, y'all know what I was talking about because it's facts. I'm going to leave it up here for y'all. But it's like, there's a lot of gatekeeping in the Aaliyah community and the Aaliyah fan base. And just like, her legacy is already shaky. We don't need no division in the fan base. Like, let's get together. Let's get together. And I noticed it specifically when I did my colorism video on Aaliyah, when I asked the question, did colorism affect Aaliyah's career? I'm going to leave it up here for y'all, if you haven't seen it yet. And here's the thing, because, you know, in the video, I talked about colorism and this and that. And I've referenced, in my opinion, I said that Aaliyah was like a light brown complexion, because you know how Aaliyah could look light like she is on my shirt, but then she could have like that almost like brown complexion, basically. And it's like, okay, I know about tanning and all that. And here's the thing, I get it. People look at complexion differently. Some people said they saw her in person. Some people, if you look at certain pictures, certain videos, certain interviews, you know, sometimes Aaliyah looked like this. Sometimes she looked darker. So I said, if Aaliyah was really light skin, you know, her skin wouldn't change that much color like that. Like, I never seen Rashad. Rashad is light skinned, her brother. I never seen Rashad look as brown as Aaliyah did sometimes, even if he tanned or not, you know. For example, another thing I was saying, Chris Brown. Chris Brown is light skinned. I never seen Chris Brown become Trey Songz's complexion, you know. That's the only reason why I said Aaliyah was like a light brown skin. And I knew some people would disagree, and that was fine. That was one of those videos where before I uploaded it, I was like, this might not be one of those videos a lot of people agree with me on, but, you know, it's my channel, it's my thoughts, it's my opinion, my perspective, and it's YouTube, it's my voice. If you disagree, I was expecting people to let me know. I was expecting people to agree, disagree, and that's what YouTube is for. I knew not every video I do, I know people are not going to agree with me and be like, oh yes, Tony, this was great video. Like, you know, certain things I'm open to different perspectives. But going on to that, there were like 2 comments where somebody was like, one person was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to dislike this video because this and that and that. Then there was another comment where somebody was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe to you because this was that and then and that, and oh, this was off your spectrum." And basically, it's like, oh, because I did the topic of colorism with Aaliyah's career, it's like, oh, I was trying to like follow a trend, or oh, basically like I was selling out for views or something. Like basically, that's what the comment was giving me. Like, oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe to you because this didn't come from your heart. And I'm like, wait. My thing is, when I do my Aaliyah videos, do y'all know how hard it is? Like, I've done like almost 100 videos about Aaliyah. Do y'all know how hard it is to come up with topics? So y'all see on my community posts, I always post and ask y'all, what kind of videos would y'all like to see? What kind of videos would y'all like to see? Because y'all know how hard it is to come up with Aaliyah videos. And you know, I know a lot of y'all subscribe to me because of my love for Aaliyah and all the different topics and all the different research and my informative videos I do about Aaliyah and my opinionated videos. But it's hard to come up with topics sometimes. So sometimes I ask y'all, I remember the idea of colorism came up and I was like, oh, that's a good topic. It's not that, oh, I'm like, okay, this is gonna give me a lot of views. Colorism and Aaliyah, okay. Like that wasn't the purpose. It was like, oh, this is a good topic. When I do Aaliyah videos, I want it to be a topic. I want it to be videos where it's like, sometimes it's like, that's a good topic. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, this is interesting. I don't want it to be no clickbaity videos, no, oh, I'm using Aaliyah's name for clout, or, you know, because let me tell y'all something. This is me just being transparent with y'all. After doing this for over 2 years, basically, almost 2 years, I figured out the whole YouTube algorithm. I figured out how to make a catchy thumbnail, catchy title, all of that. Especially with Aaliyah, I get all the analytics. I look at my analytics. I can see, like, if I really wanted to, I could make all different type of videos about Aaliyah, get all these views, and build up my subscribers. But I'm not like that. I'm not selling out my love for Aaliyah, my being a fan of Aaliyah for views and clout. Now, when I make my Aaliyah videos, I have a strong support base. I don't want just 30 people to see it. I want as many people as possible to see it. But I'm not going to sell out and just start doing all type of different topics about Aaliyah just for views, where people was like, oh no, man, what happened? Tony just doing anything now. Like, I don't never want nobody to question my love for Aaliyah. Like, okay, he just using her name for views now. Like, oh, what happened? No. Colorism is a prominent topic, and it was a topic that I've seen a lot. And it was a topic I've seen a lot involving Aaliyah's name. So when people come and gatekeep and talk about, oh, what you should talk about or what come from the heart and all that, I'm like, that's the thing. And another con is that sometimes, I remember it was one comment I got where somebody was like, oh, she died 20 years ago. Why are you obsessed with the dead? Let it go. Like, people have this thing where they feel like we're crazy, or because you're a fan of an artist who's passed, like you're obsessed with the dead and like you're, you know, all this, all that crazy type of stuff. It's just like, no, Aaliyah was a prominent artist. She was a major artist. I love her work. I love her art. She died 20 years ago, but we still can celebrate her life. We still can celebrate her legacy. Like, I don't have a shrine of Aaliyah in my closet like Helga from Hey Arnold, you know? I just love Aaliyah. I love talking about Aaliyah. I'm pretty sure y'all do too. That's why I make these videos. Some people really take it out of hand, like, we praise Aaliyah. Like, no. That's another thing. Like, people who feel like because you are a fan of an artist who has passed, like, you're crazy, you're obsessed. No, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Sometimes, there's a lot of oversensitivity. And when I say that, it's just like, I feel like sometimes people don't give stuff a chance. Like, for example, that Drake album, the Drake Aaliyah album he was working on, and so many people trashed it and all that. It's just like, so many people trashed it. I'm like, wow, look where Aaliyah's music is now. Like, he was trying his best. I made a whole video about that too. Yeah, I know. Like, I basically cover everything. He made a whole video about that too, and people trashed it. So now look where Aaliyah's music state is now. It's like non-existent, except for the first album. But it's just like I feel like with the Aaliyah fan base, sometimes some of us, not all of us, some of us, like we don't give stuff a chance. It's like we're so quick to like talk bad about it, like. But it's like sometimes I feel like we gotta give stuff a chance. Like some stuff we gotta call it out. Like no, this is unacceptable. No, but sometimes I'm like we can give something a chance. Or it's something with Aaliyah. People always want to trash talk it. Like for example, when Kim Kardashian dressed as Aaliyah from Try Again, and she had the whole Try Again look, and then all of a sudden always all these people trashing it and cultural appropriation, and I'm like, y'all be the same ones on Twitter making death jokes about Aaliyah, but all of a sudden Kim Kardashian dressed up as her. You want to defend her? Or it was, oh my God, I can't believe, oh my God, Aaliyah's rolling on her grave and all this other stuff. Come on. Like, that's the thing. Being the Aaliyah fan base, it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to come. You never know what's going to happen. Any given point, any given time, any given day, something involving Aaliyah can come out of nowhere. Then it's like, us as fans, like we're put in the middle. Like, should we defend her? Should we just let it go? There's always something. But that's why I have my channel. I'm considering my channel like a hub for all the Aaliyah fans to come and discuss these issues. And in this particular video, I want to discuss what kind of issues do y'all see in the Aaliyah fan base? Like, what are the pros and cons you feel like are in the Aaliyah fan base? Being a fan of Aaliyah, not being a fan of Aaliyah's art and appreciating her and being a fan of Aaliyah, the artist, but being in the Aaliyah fan base. What are some of the pros and cons you've seen? These were just some of mine. I'm pretty sure there's some more I'm gonna think about after I'm done. And I'm gonna talk about it more down below in the comments with y'all, but let me know, what are some pros and cons y'all feel like y'all have in being in the Aaliyah fan base? Let me know down below. This should be a really, really interesting discussion. And like I said, I'm considering this like a meeting for all the Aaliyah fans so we could talk about this, hash some things out, and hopefully make this year the year of Aaliyah. Like I said before, we can't have this be the year of Aaliyah if our fans are not on the same page. Right? So just let me know down below in the comments what y'all think. This should be a really interesting discussion. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.